Hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma, playing on the Hermitcraft. You gotta tell me, does it look a little different around here today? Soon find out. Bananas in chat from Billman68, Hero Blender, Yield Envelope, Soundwave Hope, Foofy, Chiwi Pepper. Thank you for letting me know that we're live. Yeah, look at this place. Whew. Who can tell me what's different? I'll tell you what's different eventually. We're going to do a thing today. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to make a challenge for the hermits involving a camel. Because I need more than one camel, we're going to go to Cubs Museum and take a tour of it as well. This is the camel. I should give this guy a name, right? Y'all going to have to help me come up with a name. I need to get him a saddle. Him? Her? They? I don't know. It's just a camel. Yeah. We gotta give it a name. Ooh. Ren's doing some building over here. This is the record shop, isn't it? I gotta pick out a spot. I kinda wanna put this thing somewhere that like complements other stuff, like adds to the busyness. I was maybe thinking of putting it right here on the crossroads. One of the features that it needs to go past a path. I think this could work. This spot right here. You see, I want an area that's sandy because we're going to build some sandstone structures. Cub's already kind of like laid down a lot of sand. You got the glow lichen, right, to light it up, so we can continue that into this space and then construct a little something here. And then it starts to add to the other things that are developing in the area. As for other spots, this area is kind of busy. Maybe I could put something over here, although a lot of this sort of screams redevelopment because of this old thing. And then, yeah, there isn't quite another spot until we head all the way over here. Right, and when we get to this area, I don't know. I could put something down here, but it's very, like, uninhabited at the moment. So, I feel like this is probably... Oh my god! Jeez, what was that sound? Oh, something is attacking me! Oh my goodness me! Mojang! Oh! What is this? Oh, this is genius! My god! Oh, I'm terrified! Oh, wow, I'm being harassed! Harassment in a computer game! Who would have thought? Oh my god! Oh my god! Jeez, it's so clever! Oh, who came up with this? Who came up with this genius idea? Give them a Nobel Peace Prize, because... Phantoms in Minecraft. Oh my god. I've never experienced something like that in a computer game before. You know, being snuck up on, harassed, poked, constant screeching. Oh, what genius game design. Genius, I tell you. Ashley Jane 94 is here for 3 months. Thank you so much for your support and subscription. Gobcap is here for 40 months. Wow, 40. Hey X, I've moved to the UK from Australia. From Australia, mate. And just getting settled in and enjoying myself. I've been enjoying your album. Can't wait for you to do more. Oh, can't wait, hey. Oh, thank you for the lovely message. The 40 months. Hope you enjoy it being over here in the UK. Yeah, I've been working on new music again already. Just, it's been happening. What can I say? I'll talk about that a little bit more later on. Just kind of want to get the foundation of what we're going to do here in place. Sort of want to find the edge of the tree line. Whenever you whenever you slur your words, whenever you chop down trees, there's always like trees that touch each other, and then you just want to find that little spot where they no longer do. That's our tree line. So we're going to take out this one. It's going to be like the edge. Have you got the creative bug, says Foofy. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. I wasn't going to talk about it straight away. We'll stick on our grind here chopping trees, and I'll tell you what I've been up to. So, I have been trying to relinquish my mind of the YouTube... I don't know, like, YouTube turns you into a machine for creating content. You can't ever get it out of your head that you need to make videos and stuff, right? And... I'm not speaking just for myself. This happens to so many creators. You just become like this machine for content. And there's times when that sort of bites you in the bum a little bit. And I don't think that was happening to me, but I just decided I'm going to change the gears here now. Like, I was doing fine. I released my album, and I don't know, I was overwhelmed with all sorts of different emotions that I was not used to, that I felt like I just wanted to step into a different place for a while. So I told myself, like, you're going to really slow down the content and just do something different for a while, right? And I learned it's very difficult to turn off that YouTuber brain. Like, it really is. It's super difficult to turn it off. You just want to, like, you just look at everything like it's content all the time. And yeah, I've just been struggling with that. It's like, I wasn't burned out. I was happy doing what I was doing, but I told myself to take a break, and then my brain's struggling to do that. But I feel like I'm just starting to get there. The last few days have been, I crossed a lot of, like, stuff off my list. You know, little jobs and odds and sods, and the pressure's sort of lifted now, and it feels like the creative flow is starting to appear. As I've just had some cool ideas lately. I've been working on my music, and I felt a little bit of my old self sort of re-emerge, as it's been a long time since I've been in a space where I'm like working on songs, and when I'm in that space, my mind gets obsessed with it. Like, when I go to sleep, my brain's like giving me two words at once: bed and sleep. And I'm like, when I go to bed to sleep, when I go to sleep at night, what am I trying to say? Yeah, when I'm in bed at night going to sleep, there you go, managed to do it. I just start playing the song that I've written in the day, like, back in my head over and over again. And like, I just feel myself figure out where the little things that need to change or go in a different direction are. And so I've had 3 days now of, like, or maybe even it's 4, of just working on this song, and like keep going back to it and changing bits and figuring out like what it wants to be, where it wants to go. And I've loved it. It's been immense. And then today it just started to leak into other things. I have a big project that I'm working on that involves a lot of creativity and brainstorming. And I went for a walk this morning, and, you know, the ideas, the juices started to flow. And then along with that came an idea for something I could do on Hermitcraft that relates to a project I did a long, long time ago. It's very, very interesting how things just pop into your head out of nowhere sometime. So, you know, I've got a bunch of ideas for this other project I'm working on. Got a bunch of stuff figured out they're going to be working on. That's great, because it's all creative stuff. And then I get this idea for Hermitcraft, and I'm like, oh, dang. You know, now I might, you know, I was going to take a break, but now I might be making an episode just to service this idea. And it was just an old thing that I'd done a long time ago that I kind of realized I can do that, like, in survival here on Hermitcraft. So I think I might be making a little mini game for the hermits to play soon. Should be fun, right? Right, that was me waffling. Thank you for listening. Anna T is here for 6 months, saying, "Morning X." It has been 6 months already. It flies by, doesn't it? Just gotta enjoy your time here on this planet, and don't fuss over it too much. Foofy says, "It makes sense. Emotions are like hard on a good day, and when it's new ones, it's just question marks. But what you're talking about makes sense. I don't make YouTube content, but I have done freelance illustration and write. But yeah, the energy you can spend on grinding out content slowly wears you down." Yeah, it does. It does. I think you can do it with a good mindset. I think what it gets in the way of is the creativity. Maybe Hermitcraft has been a bit of like an ideas treadmill. Like, I always find little projects and things to like do on here that interest me, but maybe they're not as like freeform and out of the blue as they could be. Like the one that I had today was a real like, oh, you know, like it just sort of hit me, and then it just feels like something I would do that was never a part of the plan. So how long I'm going to be on this break for, I don't know. The idea was not to make any Hermitcraft episodes, as I I know survival is such a big grind, but maybe I'll make one if it just feels like right. You know, like if all the pieces are in place and whatnot. We'll see how it goes. But I'm just, for the time being, I'm in a no pressure on YouTube mode. I'll pick it back up when the next update of Minecraft comes into development, probably. Like, that's when I'll get back into like a groove. So until then, you know, I'm just gonna be working on other projects and just trying to stay inspired, like working on my music and stuff. Yeah, so like this experience of like having the songs stuck in your head when you go to sleep and being at the computer like with a guitar and writing things and then going back to the guitar and then, you know, putting that riff in the composition on the computer, like doing that for hours on end and just finding it extremely joyous reminded me of like how so many of these songs, like I got hundreds of, I don't know, ranging from songs to like ideas and doodles, and you know, I got all this music, and I'd forgotten just how much time I would spend just in my own little world working on it. And I've sort of been pulled back into that a bit, which is cool. It's been very illuminating, and I wish to continue it. I need to do a sound check. Oh, I think... Yes, I forgot to turn my speakers off. There might have been a little bit of feedback there. Yellow Harold, thank you for 86 months. Not 100, but getting close. Oh, we got to keep an eye on that. We got to keep an eye on that. People knows what happens now when you get to 100. Thank you, Harold. Appreciate all you do, my dude. We got a message in chat saying, speaking of your music, we'd like to have a Nightbot command about your copyright situation. No, please don't do that. Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't have said anything the other day. I just wanted to answer that person. Yeah, please don't do that, Lucaro. I may be going like a bit over the top with this, but because I understand quite well how copyright and stuff works, I know that if you get drawn into a legal situation, all the things that you say become a part of it. Which is why I've very delicately chosen my words when I choose to speak about it. And I hope that, like, those of you that are intelligible enough understand what I'm getting at, but it feels like it's hard to explain because I don't think people have a good grasp on how copyright and stuff works. Like, fair use, I think, has really distorted a lot of stuff. You know, because there's so many content creators that are like, I use this, fair use, you know, and it's like, well, that's not entirely true. You know, oh, the music said it was copyright free. Well, yeah, that doesn't mean what you think it does. You know, the legal stuff is really tricky. I don't know why my brain is like still doing that old thing of like, must pick up every sapling. I've got all I need at this point. I just need to focus on what I need next, which is my tools. I don't see my shovel. Oh, my shovel's here. Wow. It's with me. It's literally with me. S1W, thank you for gifting 2 subs to Queen Tail 1994 and Emma Beloved B. How very kind of you. Oh my god. Now that I've pressed that button, I got another story to tell. I just looked in front of me and I was like, oh, there's a story. It's literally sitting in front of me. Oh my god. Oh, so good. Hot decaf coffee. Isn't being a musician great, says Scott Moon. I think doing what your passion is good. Because if it wasn't music for me, then probably not would be the answer, right? Minecraft hoarder mindset. Literally, that was literally me a minute ago. Okay, so I've got a story that's sitting in front of me to tell you. And someone's probably commented, but I've asked what looks different. That should be a little bit of a hint. Like, what looks different around here? I want y'all to tell me. Let's find a spot to put. How are frames doing, by the way? Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I did not have that level of performance yesterday. Interesting. It has gone down. This can all be adjusted, but chat has to tell me first. Mischievous! I love the way you spelt your name there. Thank you for 4 months. Greatly appreciate you using that old Amazon Prime on me. Thank you for tuning in this fine Saturday morning. Oh, Queentail! The dragon eggs. It might be. No, wait. We're not really... Are we... There's a little bit of Scarland loaded. Let's pop over here for a test. Further away from the dragon eggs, the better. I mean, it could be other stuff too. When I look in that direction, it's bad. This could be typical Minecraft stuff. Okay, Burnt Potato is on the case. I don't know. That's not the right word. You're on the trail. You got one part of it right. I've got 2 new mods. Okay, we've got Bobby for increased render distance, and then we've got another one to make the fade look a little more like B-Dubs' video. Now, I'm just wondering, where I've changed a few mods, may I have missed something that impacts our FPS? If I go into here, right, B-Dubs has this at 130. I've been experimenting, going back and forth with how these look. So we'll change that. Shulker box tooltip, that should be fine. I don't think there's really more culling. Ah. Don't know. I'm not going to change any of this. Mod compatibility is interesting. Oh, I think it's doing a little bit of reloading. Mix in extras. I don't actually know what that is. Mini HUD shouldn't affect anything. That's the base game. That one we can't tweak. Yeah, I don't think actually there's anything here to tweak or change, except Bobby possibly. Max render distance. Yeah, we can leave that at 32. Not sure if anything here helps, but what I'll probably do for now. Oh yeah, let's check out. So now, look at the fog now, right? The ideal thing that I want to get with the fog is for it to match the sky in the distance. Now, there isn't a great example right now, but if I fly to a different spot, you might see it. So as I turn and face this way, that looks pretty good, but sometimes if you set the fog up different, this can be very white and pale, and I would love it if it just faded to the same color as the sky. And then it could really like fade in and out, and I think that would look really great for the game. Okay, so with FPS dropping, and I didn't have this problem, but then I wasn't streaming, I think I'm going to lower this to 24. But, I know it's going to not look as good. Yeah, look, it doesn't quite load as much. It really felt like that was a good sweet spot. Anyway, let's go in this direction. I think it's because I'm streaming, it's put some additional strain on the game. If we head in this direction, the dragon eggs might give us some frame drops. Oh, that's some good decaf. Where are the dragon eggs? I kind of roughly know. I think it's the other side. I think it's all the way over here. So, like... Oh, there you go. There's some dragon eggs. They are definitely hitting the frames. And there's a big cluster of them here. Then again, the frames have started to go back up again. Very interesting. Very typical Minecrafty stuff, you know. Flying around the world. Trying to figure out sources of lag. Sometimes you look in a direction and it gets a bit... Oh, that might be spoilers over there. It would be really interesting to see if someone could solve or figure out what that is. Everyone's experienced it, right? You're playing in a world for a long time, then all of a sudden you get this area that's laggy and you're not quite sure why. Anyway, those dragon eggs do not seem to actually impact the frames that much. I really think it's because I'm streaming is probably the issue. And I'm just staring at that little FPS counter now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna knock it up to like 26, and we'll continue. We'll continue. By the way, the music today. Oh, dang it! Did that all wrong. Oh yeah, this might not work here then, I guess. Won't at all, will it? Not with all the grass lying about. Music today, Jim Kirkwood. Feels like it's been such a long time since we've listened to some of this classic pre-Dungeon Synth electronica. Good stuff. Are you going to be a part of the war if it happens? The war? What? I'm not signing up for no war. Peace and love. Peace, love, and plants. Yeah, I like that. Peace, love, and plants. Whoops. Are we celebrating? The war between those who think they're right and the people who think the others are wrong. Isn't that just every war? Just described every single war there. Isn't war good for absolutely nothing? I seem to remember that being a definitely true thing, because I heard it in the song. It must be true. I heard it on a podcast. It must be true. Let's go fill this in. Oh yeah, I probably do not have as much sand as I need, which is fine. I need to go back and pick out more sand and sandstone. And enough to fill those up again too. It's good for profit for some, says Bannian. For some. But it also causes massive economic devastation, right? What project of other hermits are you most excited for except Tango's? I was literally thinking Tango, so I can't answer that, can I? What other projects are there to look forward to? I love the stuff going on with the museums. That's cool. I mean, other projects, like, I'm trying to think, like, what, big, just general stuff? Or, like, big server things? Normal day on Hermitcraft. Just that is like one of the oldest, weirdest Minecraft bugs, and then it felt like it went away for ages. The old flying squid, but you just saw one again. Fix your game, Mojang. What was that? Literally a flying squid. Doc says he loves the pranks that lag the server constantly, doesn't he? Oh, Doc. I've had my fire extinguisher out in the server room again. Jeez. You and your shenanigans. Right, I said I had another little story to tell. And it's sitting on my desk in front of me. So I have a Stream Deck. And ever since I've had it, I've always been a bit annoyed at how the buttons are like... like, you can press it and it double activates. And they can be a little finicky. That's, you know, you can put up with that to some extent. But then I've looked at things like the iPad and just thought, if this was software on that, like, you could just have so many things on the screen, right? Like, it's kind of like, you know, they've built a little device to serve a niche. You know, people want this tool, but really it's the software that makes the difference, and there's actually existing things that can do the same job. Now, they've added support for using iPads. And so now I've got it set up. Oh, some good coffee. Still warm, still warm. Ah! See you later. I've got it set up now so that it's on my iPad. It did cost some money. Just that I've already paid for the thing, but you know, whatever. And it's absolutely awesome. I've now got, you can have up to 128. I've got slightly less, so it looks good. And like, I had all these pages to browse through and folders to open with the Stream Deck where it's like, oh, I want to throw up an emote on the screen. Okay. There's an emote for this. Actually, I was trying to figure out which one it was yesterday. I think it's this one. Remember, I can't see these things. Is this the bad idea one? It's a bad idea, I tell ya. Like, the Stream Deck should have just been on the iPad from day one. You know? It's already touchscreen. Like, everything that I had in folders is all just on one screen now. So now, when I get to needing multiple screens, like, it's not really going to be a hassle. There's just going to be so much free, like, real estate. And yeah, I've now got access to just all of the emotes immediately. I can put the be right back screen on if I want to, you know. And then, like, I don't have to go in and out of little folders, and the touch responsive is much nicer. I could also press a button and shut down my computer. I won't do that right now. Queen Tail says, X, I hope this is okay, but I appreciate you and the Hermitcraft team right now. Watching your guys' videos and streams are helping me get through a pretty tough time at the moment. In the past 16 months has been pretty rough, and having a death in the family on top of it is more harder. So thank you for what you do in keeping the Hermitcraft server going. Appreciate that message. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're all here doing our thing. We know we're entertaining people, and it helps. Oh, what's this? I don't think I do. We'll have a look. Oh god. The chess monster of disorganized madness is growing. Okay. Like, we came here to pick up sand and... Ooh, I might use a little bit of the mosaic bamboo stuff in this new build. Okay, good thing we've got this. I'll take that then. Let's have a look. I seem to recall putting my netherite somewhere. Not in there. Maybe I made a note that I needed to put some netherite in here, because I'm sure I had, like... Oh, I've got 2 ancient debris. That's not very good. And one of those is for the filter, so... I seem to recall having a few pieces left over, but maybe I didn't. Oh, do you know what? I died and had to redo my gear. That's where it all went. Yeah, that's what happened. I died and had to remake all my gear, so... I knew I had, like, a little stash somewhere. It wasn't, like, in a proper spot, but then that's because I was still organising stuff. Oh my god, so much junk. Right, we want sand and sandstone. So, big old box of sand. Don't know how much sandstone we'll need, but, like, let's not underdo it. What's your favourite client-side mod and favourite server mod used? Oh, I don't know. Favourite? Item swapper? I use that so much on creative. Whoops, that's not the button. Like, I use that thing so much on creative, but not on survival. Maybe we'll use it today, as I'm going to do some stuff with sandstone and whatnot. Oh my god, that's some good decaf. Let's see, last question. So with the chunk pruning, are areas where we spent more than a few minutes still automatically marked for no pruning? I feel like there's a double negative in there. Are areas where we spent more than a few minutes? Yes. Wasn't Doc here a minute ago? Doc, are you listening? It is. Oh, right, okay, yeah. So, right, like, Inhabitor is like doing a schematic. Like, you go over to this. In fact, let's do just a live demonstration. Like, add this corner. You go over to this corner of the area. Do the same thing, and then the number is 2400. That'll preserve everything in that space, and by the chunks, so like everything around here. The problem is that sometimes you can go to an area, like a brand new fresh bit of like space, and you can spend most of your time standing in this chunk, and then you do some building in this chunk for a minute or two, and then you head back, and it like doesn't pick up enough time. The 2400 is time, so you're adding time to those chunks inside that area, is the idea. Okay, those can go away. Then we've got to put back some color boxes. So yeah, basically, if you ventured out to a new area, you just and you did something there, it's probably best just to go back and, you know, throw that command down on the area. Oh, no worry at all, man. No worry at all. People love this stuff anyway, right? I'm sure they're interested in hearing how we solve these sorts of problems. So, like, yeah, as I said, the big issue is always just, like, you set up your chest, you're doing all this stuff in here, you're building a build, and then, like, you spend a little bit of time throwing down some blocks in this chunk, and it doesn't pick it up. And it used to be a bug that the whole thing got applied to loaded chunks. So if you stood here in this chunk, it was all the chunks you were loading that got their inhabitant time sent up while you're in the one chunk, and they fixed it, and like it made world pruning more difficult, because it used to be that you would go somewhere and you would like load this area and that area would get preserved naturally. So now it's very individual and by chunk, and that means it's just not as good for pruning, because you'll get areas that people have spent time in, but like as I've sort of said, you're in this one little spot. Okay, I still need that, I guess. At some point in time, I'll come on here and do a good sort, but I haven't been playing. I've just been streaming on here as of late. Okay, what did I say? Bamboo, sand and sandstone, saddle. I think I need a couple of saddles for the camels. We need cactus for breeding them. I mean, I'm only going to breed like one more was the idea, but I'll bring a bit more cactus in case I change my mind. Do you know what? I don't think I've accumulated a lot of saddles. Do any of them end up over here as well? Well, that's something I'm going to have to do. Saddles aren't craftable. So where do we get them from? I'll be wise to look that one up on the wiki, because what I'm thinking is like go caving, find little dungeons with chests, but it might be like you get them in a more reliable place, like a, let's say there's like a Bastion Remnants. They're a little easy to fly through the Nether and find, so maybe not the best choice, but you know what I mean. Always look it up, double check. Mines. Ah, yeah, so like if we flew out to a mesa, a mine shaft might be a good shout. Easiest is raid farm. Oh, we have a raid. Well, there you go. We've probably got... Hang on, do you get them on a raid farm? Because we've got one. I've got a feeling they might get destroyed in the lava. Because they come from the Ravengers, don't they? Little Indian says, congrats on getting your new album coming out. It was well worth the wait. For me, it was a wait of 12 years. It took a toll on me, man. Yeah, thank you. I've been loving the feedback. It's so good to see. And I'm already working on some more music again. I brought a little bit of hardware as well. I brought a new keyboard. There's one that automatically syncs up with Fruity Loops. So when you plug it in, all of its mixers, its drum pads, sliders, knobs and dials, they immediately like plug in to the project you're working on. Because I've got a keyboard like that I brought years ago, but you have to, like, every single project you do, you have to, like, set it up manually, and it is just, ugh. Like, it slows down the creative flow. Oh my good God! Cub fan! Why? Okay, I'm gonna put this somewhere else. Ah! Again! Yeesh! Making me jump. Yeah, that reminds me. So I use Guitar Pro to compose my music that is like metal, like the album that you heard. I do other compositions with electronics and stuff, and industrial using my DAW. Man, I'm enjoying this coffee. But yeah, I was kind of looking at the workflow of a Guitar Pro and just thinking there might be like better tools that get you to the end goal quicker, because you sit there like typing out the numbers of the notes and stuff like that, and then changing like how long the note lasts for, and I'm pretty comfortable with it, so I can get stuff done relatively quickly. But it just struck me as being like, this might be like really slow compared to learning a different tool. I wondered if anyone out there has used Guitar Pro and maybe like moved on from it and found something better. But I still use the classic Guitar Pro 5. I just love that one. When they did the newer ones, they just, I don't know, started adding in all this realistic sound engine stuff that I didn't really quite vibe with. Probably because, like, when you use MIDI... Oh, and by the way, to anyone who's heard my records, the MIDI version of that record, the one that I had to listen to for 12 years, is now available on Spotify, Bandcamp, and YouTube. Those are the places I posted that. So, like, those sounds, it's like the uncanny valley. They emulate, obviously, real-world instruments, but in a way where you know it's not a real-world instrument. It's a computer-synthesized sound. And then those realistic sound engines, they got that horrible kind of harshness of being, like, unable to quite be a nice-sounding synthesized instrument, and not sounding like a real-world instrument exactly yet. And so I just did not vibe with those at all. I didn't like composing music with it. We know you're enjoying the coffee, X, says Light Soul. Oh, I'm going to enjoy it some more. Scott Moon says, not sure what you're looking for, but a video camera pointed at your fret hand is great for quickly documenting riff ideas. Programming is slower. That's very curious, because I've not spent any time looking at someone play a riff on a guitar with their hands to like read that well. Also, it depends on the nature of the riff. Like when you're like playing like tricksy little rhythm guitar grooves with like, I don't know, triplets, or like, I forget the names of the notes, but you know, the ones that double up and get a fair bit faster. You know, you've got those like gallop picking rhythms and stuff. They can be a bit of a pain to like program in when you're trying to like capture the riff, but I'm very used to doing it, so it's like I kind of know where to go with like the riff ideas, and then when the right time is to just put those into Guitar Pro. So yeah, like I'm happy and confident with like what I'm doing with it, but it's at the back of my mind there might be better methods. Don't we have AI to convert it yet, says Blackjack. Yeah, actually there should be something like that, because there's a game called Rocksmith, which is Guitar Hero, except it can read the input of your actual guitar and do all that kind of tell you how you're playing the notes thing. Surely that could work in reverse, so that it could match what you're doing. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can tell you in a little bit more detail now, Doc. So, like, I love the idea of doing something like that, but when I started thinking about that band and that song in particular, it really had like a flavor to it that felt right, and the song had like all these elements that I could look at and go, I can make this work for like me, for other people, because I can get all the tabulation together and instructions, and then I was thinking about how to piece it all back together. But since then I've been like there just hasn't been like another song that's kind of like hit me in that way, where it's like, oh yeah, this can like work for all of us. So if I find such a song, or you or someone else does, we can totally get back into that idea. It was just when I had the idea and it started to like spin over in my head, it was really suited to that song. It just felt like it would really work. There was like the way the song sort of like, you know, it has these little moments to put focus on the different instruments, and there's a little more variety with the keyboards and the singing and stuff like that. Yeah, just unfortunate really. Hey, maybe like a year from now it'll be a fine thing to do. I don't know. I've not been paying much attention to any news, so I'm just kind of out of it a bit with what's going on. Say that though, like the only news that I listen to at the moment is like AI news. I found a really great channel that just gives you the like every like twice a day just what's happening. There's so much stuff happening so fast, and getting all the info on what's been happening through there, and that's quite an adjacent space to a lot of tech sort of online things. But when it comes to like world events, dramas, just general news type things, I have just completely like disconnected on that front. It feels really healthy too as well, because it's back, 2 of them. Look at that. Only on Hermitcraft. Yeah, one of the big ones is BBC News. Like every day, it's just like I do catch glimpses of it, or like my mum will say, "Oh, did you hear about this awful thing over here?" And I'm like, "Nope, don't tell me about it. I don't need to know." Every like whenever I see it pop up, like maybe I'm browsing YouTube and it puts a little news block on there, and it's got like the BBC News, the Guardian. It's always like some horrible thing that they're putting their attention on, and I've just grown sick of it. Like, the world's a big place. There's going to be no shortage of those sorts of stories. Right, we need to bust out of this world and go into a different one for a minute. I need to do a test, right? Also, played part. I got there in the end. That was a bit of a butcher there. Thanks for 11 months. How's the new update treating you? Personally, I only like the new blocks. Archaeology didn't fit well to me. I actually have been working on a air quotes critique video, if you like, of the update. I've been saying I think that this update is very safe, as in there's not much they add that does anything wrong. But there's a fair bit of the content that's quite shallow, and there's also some stuff that could have been like a fair bit better, you know? Right, now let's try and use this thing. If I press that button and then press it again, do y'all see le myth busting? Le myth busting. I don't know why it's French, but now it's all about the busting of the myths, right? Okay, y'all see it. Good. Arrgh. I need a rest. You've been Actually, no, I haven't been sitting on it. We logged into the world. We logged in sitting on it. I was just thinking, had it been like the entire stream I'd been sitting on it or something? No. That's not what happened. Because the world was closed. This is a potion effect that I missed out on. Okay. If Doc's still listening, he's going to get all the secrets now. So Doc, I hereby rule you out from being able to undertake our challenge. I want to see if like anyone on the server realizes that there is like a winning combination to doing this challenge that we're going to set up. I think what we'll do is we'll just sort of eyeball this, because there's, oh dang it, I got the potion effects too. There's one thing that I missed. Oh, and I don't have my perfect dash set up, but that's fine. Sort of like one thing that I missed. Get on your feet, you lazy bum. Right. That's a perfect dash. Ah, it definitely increases it a fair bit. The slow falling was the thing that I forgot. Another element that I forgot some people were saying was like, what if you're sprinting? Oh, that was a poor dash. Okay. No, I'm gonna mess this up. So the lines were what really helped us, but we need like a lead up. So we'll use that space and then put down a marker. Stop sitting! So lazy! Right, so we sprint. Yeah, it's about timing the jump once you sprinted. We need to establish if that's going to go further or not. So... yeah, that was definitely like a block before. Right, and then I need like a marker. Dude, stop sitting. I felt like about a block before. Again, we're just eyeballing it. Oh, and the reason why we're eyeballing it is because I think you can now see that sprinting adds to the distance of the dash. It was something that I hadn't considered before. So we're looking at a dash of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22? Like 22-ish blocks? Dang. Let's make sure this guy's loaded up on his effects. So, these are all obtainable in survival, right? Therefore, if we set the dash at 22 blocks, like the distance to jump, I think it's going to make it obvious that you need potion effects. So it might be that the first person that comes across this thing thinks about how many potion effects you need. This might not have been as great of an idea as I would have hoped. Yeah, look at that. I think 20 blocks for the jump gap is good. What do you think, chat? Okay, you need to understand from the player's perspective. They're going to be proposed a challenge. Now, if they don't think of using potion effects, maybe actually using potion effects isn't the way, because the dash distance is going to be about 10, and with potion effects it goes up to 12, but with slow falling, all of a sudden you go up to like 20. So if the gap is 20 blocks, it tells the player, you know, oh, I just did this dash, it was close to 10 blocks, obviously I'm missing something, I'll go get some potions. So I think maybe actually we say you're not allowed to use potions, and you just try and do the skill jump of like 10 blocks, which also fits into the area a little better. A little disappointed with that. I was hoping it would add like an extra block or two, but because it adds 20, it kind of like eliminates... Yeah, do y'all understand that? Chat, be talking to me. I'm like looking over, I'm like, do they understand what I'm saying? And like no one's chatting. Do you understand? It's important. Good morning, X, says Grummy Beats. That tells me nothing! Thoofy says, I think I get it. Or you could do a secret bonus gap for 20 if no one knows about the slow falling potion. It would be awkward based on how the structures I'm going to set up to interact with work. Can you put a block higher up to block the jump boost effect from working? Possibly. I think it just like it was originally going to be a jump that you can almost do, but then you need potions, right? But imagine if you were like almost doing it and you think, oh, this is basically like really impossible unless you get the most perfect timing, and then you give up and you don't use potions. If we say you can't use potions, then we make it about the skill of timing your jump. Leonid says, honestly, my mind won't go to use potions. Yeah, the point is, though, if the gap is like 20, then you would, because the usual jump is about 10. How far is no potion plus run up? Oh, okay. That is a very good point. That is a very good point. I guess I need this guy plus a saddle. You are officially retired, young man. Sorry. That was rude. Yes, there's a variable we added, which was the dash. Okay, so like... Sorry, the sprint. That was not a good dash. And the timing was off. That was terrible again. Also, Cybot, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Wow. Let's have a look. Oh, wait, we've been dashing from this line, haven't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What I think we'll do is we'll make the gap 11 blocks. We'll try it ourselves on the server. And then, let's see, we'll like tweak the blocks at either side, these ones, because there are other shaped blocks that you can add. Yeah, actually, now I think about it, maybe 12 is better. Do you know what I'm thinking, peeps? I'm thinking we're not going to finish this in a single stream. Right, let me know if you see Hermitcraft now, because I've had to close the window. Right, I don't know if Doc's listening, but you're officially allowed back in the game. Because we're not going to use the potion effects. It's not going to be like a hidden knowledge thing. So I kind of need... let's go ahead and use some of these blocks around here. Like 1, 2... That's now a torch. What? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. I feel like maybe it makes sense to have more space on this side. I don't know. I'm just trying to think flexibility-wise, like what makes sense. So we're going to have this like gap through the air is the idea. Now let's go grab some of that sandstone. Maybe we want to chisel up some of these blocks. Chisel? You know what I mean. Mark them up, make them look a little different. We'll focus purely on structure to begin with as well. Yeah, so we want some of that stuff. Right, so like, if I start here, 1, 2, 3, I feel like that's going to be the width of the jump off point. And the height of this thing, I reckon we should go 1 block higher. Well, anyway, what's this thing currently at? Right, so our platform that you take off of is around here. Yeah, we'll build this thing out of these blocks for now. I need some scaffolding around here. Not a lot, but I need some. Yeah, I think unless you make this structure tall, it's going to feel a little pointless. We'll come back to scale and stuff in a little bit. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, maybe it ends up being a little close on this side as a result. Let's put everything 1 block forward. Maybe not, I don't know. I'll figure it all out. Let's just go 2 and have it rise there. 1, 2, 3 blocks across, rises up here. Then we need some scaffolding, need to make sure it's going to be at the same height. This is always tricky, but if you press F3 and you look for your yaw, because we're 90 on the yaw, it means I'm looking at that block, so we go 1 higher and then we're looking at the block above it. That's how you figure out like the height of something else, right? Okay, so this is the landing zone here. And then we need a way down to the ground. Little staircase, right? For now. This is temporary. Like, as we build this thing up and we figure it out, then we'll turn these into little buildings and give them like an interesting little on and off ramp for the camels. So on this side you need like a good space to run up. And we're out of those blocks. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 blocks to run up is pretty good. We'll soon figure out roughly what works better. Okay, and then somewhere on the side here we'll have our little staircase for getting up. Right, so then we need our camel. Ah, we need a saddle. Dang it. Is there a saddle shop on Hermitcraft, peeps? Maybe I take a trip to our raid farm and find out if we got saddles over there. That sounds like probably the most reasonable course of action, really. I think your height might be off by 1x. We'll double check it, but the yaw thing is... Cybot says, cool trick with the 90 degrees, but you didn't consider that you were 2 blocks tall. Oh no, I was considering that, like, 100%. But maybe I processed it wrong in my head. I was literally thinking that works because I'm 2 blocks tall, I just didn't say it. But I could be entirely wrong. What did I do? I looked directly... Yeah, no, actually it does sound like I got it wrong. Oh. I was thinking that you look from your head height, so what you're seeing is like level with your head. I don't know what I did. We'll revisit that little tip, because seems like I might have remembered it incorrectly. Blue Side Paul, thank you for 9 months. That is a Twitch baby right there. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a good day. I tell you what, I need to stand up. Like, my bum. Ugh. I hate sitting in a chair for too long. Right. I went for a long walk this morning, and it was really quite hot out. And that, like, sometimes that takes it out on you a bit. Wait, was the intention to have one of them lower? No, they need to be... Well, if we're not using potions and stuff, and we're just making it a skill challenge, we can, like, kind of do that ourselves, you know, like wing it ourselves a bit. Yeah, I do not recall ever seeing, like, a single saddle come through here. Now that I think about it. It is a non-stackable. Yeah, no, they don't come through our raid farm. Leatherworkers sell saddles. Okay, who has a villager trading hall we can go to? Maybe Impulse? Grey Cat Crossing! Thank you for 8 months. 9 months is a Twitch baby. Oh, I'm looking forward to next month. Yes, 9 months is. You get a little animation. Thank you ever so much for your continued support. Okay, if there's some saddles from this farm, they might be just lying around over here. I do see golden carrots. I'll snag those. Good source of food right there. Vitamins, nutrients. This farm ain't got no saddles. What is chat telling me, peeps? What is chat telling me? Paul 3013, thank you so much for your Prime subscription, my dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time. I'd be surprised if B-dubs didn't have a saddle supplier. Yeah, B-dubs will have a saddle supplier. That's a good point. Oh, this is the wing that has Impulse's little farming area as well, I believe. Yep, this is the spot. I think it's the spot. Hi X, do you ever think you'll do a mini game of finding the disc and the disc have the songs, and if one hermit has all the songs, they can have the album? No, I don't think I'll do that. I'm not going to put my music on the server. Let's see. Let's see. Is this it over here? Is this a villager trading hall? How are my frames? Okay, good in this area. Thought I'd check again. Right, and which one is, was it the leather worker? So, which one of you works the leather? Is it this guy? No, toolsmith. Mason. Maybe the fletching table? Or what if Fletcher is the leather worker? Is Impulse trying to get all the different arrows? That's cool. Cauldron! Okay, there isn't a cauldron one here. And I wouldn't use this system and mess it up in any way. Alright, where's another villager trading hall then? There's the Tango and Scar and Green one, but I'm trying to remember where that is. Wow. It's sort of like south of somewhere around here. I don't know how far to go though, and it's in an ocean. The second layer is all librarians. I didn't even think about the second layer. Pearl's Junk Shop. That'll be a good destination if this one doesn't work out. Oh, it's not in an ocean. Oh, it's not in an ocean. Okay, we'll go this way then. If I could fire up a map of the Hermitcraft world download, you'll like spot it so quick. But it's somewhere south of like Decked Out. What's this? What's this? What's that? I told you it was in an ocean. Jeez. Didn't listen to me. Clearly it's a boat in an ocean. Gosh. And that, my friends, well, that looks like a big old hole. This looks like a tray. Oh! Cauldrons? 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 No cauldrons. Everyone forgets about the leather worker. That's... I don't even remember ever giving a villager a cauldron. No one cares about the leather worker, do they? I could possibly, like... Actually, no. Unless one of these had, like, no trades, you could swap it over. Like, one of those impulse ones had just one trade at the top. Like, if they haven't been traded with, you could swap it over, but... Is there more down here? It's just storage. I always have this idea of like everyone who plays on this server goes and harvests resources at some point in time, but you might not know that there is like a big stash of them somewhere, right? Like you forget where you leave your storage. Not if you're me. Every little bit I ever use I bring back to my central storage, but some players clearly don't do that. Like with Scar, every season it's like he'll say, oh yeah, I was like chopping trees for 3 hours, and then I'll go and look in one of his, oh wow, the nether looks amazing like this, look at that. I'll go and look in one of his chest monsters and there'll just be like 5 shulker boxes worth of the wood that he was chopping, and it's like, Scar, did you forget about this? Safety. Yeah, they're never looking amazing. Right, junk shop time. So far, our plan to pick the easiest way to get our hands on a saddle is going pretty slow. I say easiest, quickest, right? To be honest, I didn't know level workers existed, says the coolest Zista. I think they offer so little that a regular player finds useful. In fact, most players probably learn about the leather worker when they need a saddle. We're probably experiencing a Minecraft experience many others have had as well. So the bit down below isn't actually being used yet. Like where? How does this work again? Because I know there's an area with stuff in chests. But there's like several components of it. Like this area here, I think has specific materials. But like these are all blocks, not items. So is there like an items area? Ooh. Chest monster. Okay. The TNT scares me. Oh god, there's a lot of it. Then there's a little something down here. The other junk shop. How many junk shops are there? This is like that meme again. Have you tried Pearl's junk shop? Which one? There's so many of them. Oops. Okay, record. Oh no, that again. Who are these people telling me to get a saddle at Pearl's junk shop? I don't see no saddle. I don't see. This is just a. Oh, okay. Fussy, are we? Right, now where do we go for a saddle? Iscal's starter base villager farm. I'm gonna guess he probably didn't make a level worker. Have you tried? Do you know what? Let's try B-dubs. B-dubs is a gentleman and a scholar. He won't mind if I pinch a saddle. He's probably got loads lying around in the horse sanctuary, right? Oh, Doc isn't on. I was gonna ask for some Z's. Let's go sleep first because it's nighttime and creepers be creeping, right? How are my wings doing? We have just spent like the last 10 minutes doing nothing but flying around looking for a saddle. Oh, and there's creepers over there. Creepers right next to our little building spot. If not, just kill a horse in his sanctuary and then you'll get one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea, man. Let's just kill one of B-dubs' horse. Probably one of the fast ones, right? You know? Can't think of a funny reason why it'd be one of the fast ones, but you know. I don't see a lot of saddles here. Can I borrow a saddle? I'm borrowing a saddle! That's the way we do it. We just borrow one. Brilliant. Okay. Sorry, B-dubs. I'll shoot him a message after the stream. And I better not see any of those sneaky tweets on Twitter. X took your saddle, man. If I see those sneaky tweets. We're two adults. He'll understand. It's for the server. I can't deal with this this bit of overhang here. It just looks a bit yucky. It's clearly from another tree. It's called sharing is caring. X, you said it before. Exactly. Right, where me camel at, homie? We might need to provide some healing potions over here. This camel feels so slow. Alright, first test. It does look lower on the other side. We made it! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ah! Oh. First attempt. Alright, so... when I look at a block... hello, F3. There we go. When I look at a block and I'm at your... no. Pitch. Oh, it's pitch, not your. Pitch 0. That's like this level here. So all of this is one block lower. So I guess I looked at it and I thought that was right, because I looked at it and we went one block higher. But clearly... let's just roll that back a second. That's what I did. I looked at it. That feels a bit odd, because that's our head height. Right? So when I go one block up and I'm looking over it, is it a case of I'm looking at it, so it's level with my head, therefore 1, 2 because I'm 2 blocks tall. That's my mistake. I'm level with it, but then I've added 1, not thinking that no, I'm 2 blocks tall, therefore you have to add 2. That makes much more sense. So now we have to see if we can make this jump here with our camel that's wandered off. With B00's saddle. Dude, where is that camel? You darted off. You tried to get away. I'm not gonna be some showpiece camel for this silly little game. Lucro says, yeah, your head height, but you were wondering whether to place a block at your feet height. That sounds about right too. Okay. I think I just landed on the scaffold. Oh, camels be cameling. Okay, we'll try again. Ooh. Oh, that's me taking damage, not the camel. Okay. Might be a good idea to put a little pool of water just at the bottom here, right? So, gonna need more of that. Probably gonna... oh, hello. Oh, you're inside me again. I get it. I get it. We're bonded after our jumping, but that's a bit much. Oh, wait. No, wait. What am I doing? Being a goose. Yeah, let's make all of that water. Ugh. Let's make all of that water. Uh-huh. And then we want our sandstone for the wall behind it. Alright, and let's give it another shot. Here, Mr. Camel. The camels are cute. They're super cute when they waggle their ears, I'll tell you that. Sorry, X, couldn't catch the stream earlier. I'm currently on holiday with my family. You mean you're prioritising your family holiday over Derpy X streaming on Hermitcraft with a camel? Oh, what? Life priorities, mate. Life priorities. Go. Sort them out. I'm joking, of course. Wow, that was... I wonder if using, like, this might help us. Because I can look down, and then we can really see... oh, that's actually really helpful. Okay, like, we can see a bit more of what's ahead of us. Yeah, that's actually kind of weird, because my eyes are drawn towards the camel dash. I should probably use my clicker at this point in time. I have a button to open the clickers on my computer. That is fantastic. What did I call this one? Or did I think I might have mixed it into my main one. Sometimes I copy the code and just give it its own little name, and sometimes I put it in my main one, so it's called Camel. Control Alt and E will now do a perfect dash. Interesting, because Control Alt and E. I wonder if when I was doing my tests I was accidentally sprinting anyway. Oh no, I wasn't, because I was doing them from a static position. Okay, so like I'm already going to hold down Control. I think that ran it, but I fell down. Okay. That definitely runs it. I've just got to get my timing way better now. Woo! Okay. Really enjoyed your video on your trip to New York, says Little Indian. Oh, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. That was a very much a little passion video, if you like. I pressed the wrong buttons. Oh, wait, what? What am I doing wrong? Oh, if I weren't aiming off to the side, I think that was doable. You could put a texture block in the floor to see where you start each time. That's true. I was thinking not to do that, but I could do it temporarily and then change it later, right? I'm honestly still looking at the keyboard a lot, like just trying to get my bearings on pressing the keys right. Oh, that felt really tricky. I think this is a good skill challenge. Like, and remember, I'm using this little perfect dash thing. Whoo! Do it again. Oh, I tried. Too risky that time. Whoops, wrong key. Actually, no, it wasn't. I just wasn't... Wait, what happened there? That makes sense, because E is inventory. Anyway. Oh, so close. This is going to drive some poor hermit out there completely mad. Trying to figure this one out. Ah. It's easy to mess up. Oh, some floating signs and hanging signs might give some alternative, but still tricky routes. I had this idea of putting a bunch of open fence gates across to, like, sort of signal the air bridge, if you want to call it that. Anyway. I'm for some reason, I'm being a goose with this. Oh, it's interesting to know that the middle of the path causes damage, but other parts don't. We might want to raise that up so you can fall safely. The timing there was not perfect, which is curious because we're using a clicker to do it. Hey, it is doable! The question is, can we make it even more difficult? Maybe put, like, chests at the front and end each time? I don't know. Also, this kind of makes this an easier way down, maybe. Like, really it should just be there. Yeah, it should just be there for falling in from the other direction. Let's try it with chests. I think that's about as far as I want to push it. Do chests make it easier or harder? They are lower, but they don't stick out as far. They're not lower, they're the same height. And it will make it so the distance is 1/8 of a block further to go. It also doesn't look as good. I don't think it looks as good, that's for sure. So unless I get this one like straight away, Or, is there another block that has a similar property like that? Scott Moon says, oh wow, I didn't even think about shaving fractions off. So rude. Rude, is it? Okay. Right, let's press F5 again. Here we go. Oh, first attempt! And it's definitely harder, so we're keeping it, I think. We're keeping that. Unless, actually, doesn't the hitbox of the camel still sit on the sandstone? Maybe it doesn't. Like, or maybe it was just easy anyway. Lucro says, I think you landed on the edge below the chest and climbed up there, though. Okay, what about... What other block shapes are there? I think I'm just going to go creative real quick. Just to look through the menu. So trapdoors aren't really useful. These have half a block on top of them. There isn't really a lot of other block shapes, is there? No. Maybe the clusters could possibly. I think we might just have to stick to the full block thing. The sides of anvils might be one. Like rotated anvils might help. Same for something like grindstone, actually. Chains, possibly. I'm also considering like aesthetics. Like we don't want this thing to end up looking super janky up there, right? That's kind of it. I'm not really seeing much else in that one. The mob heads possibly have some shape properties, but I'm not going to go chasing down piglin heads for this. Don't want those things screeching. I think that's kind of it, really. Let's check it out. What is this? Oh, it's the bee farm. So like that, jumping off of that and landing on it, that'll be 1, 2, 3 pixels? Dang. That might be what we're looking for. The grindstone, you can nudge onto that a little bit. I think that makes the anvil look so much cleaner, doesn't it? And it matches the height. I think the anvil's the one. That's technically 1 pixel less, isn't it? Oh, I think we'll go with the anvil. The anvil seems like a good shout. Ye old anvil. Camel, don't go wandering too far. Maybe check their hitbox. Their hitbox? Whose hitbox? There's that squid again. I keep thinking it's like a player. Every time I see it, I'm like, Cub fan! Oh no, wait, it's a squid. Camel! There's a big hole there! Wow, that should actually probably get covered up. It looks like there's a story to tell. Someone got stuck down there and had to pillar out. Oh, hello. No fireworks? No fireworks. Oh, maybe we could add a little, like, wind detection over there. Like some string that activates something. You ready for it? I'm not ready. I need to refocus my brain. I've got to press these keys in a particular order. And then that one. Line myself up a little better. Oh, interesting. Also, the point about like landing on the edge, like you got to land on the anvil itself, don't you? So like, am I lined up? I think I'm lined up good. Real close. Peeps are saying use the hitbox. That makes sense because we could look at where the end of the camel is when we leave the the platform. Because I can obviously, like, do that, for example. Ah, fail. Hey, look, the camel regenerated some health. Oops, did the wrong key combo. Yeah, that was just too quick. It's possible that I could type the whole thing into my auto clicker, and then it would do like, you know, the whole sequence of movement. So I don't have to. Yeah, I'm doing pants all of a sudden. So like I put it in the starting position, and then it's got enough run up, yada yada yada. That would be probably quite slow and tedious. Like keep going back and forth and reloading the program and stuff. Oh! It's doable, and it felt to me like there was quite a bit of space for the camel's hitbox. Did anyone clip that? Does anyone like save that and watch that in slow motion? We need to know. Wait, I can do that because I can just press my. Which button is it? Is it that one? No, that's the wrong button. That one. Oh, I could do this myself right now. I need to get a second VLC open, otherwise the music will stop. And then drag in the clip. Now you might get some double audio. I apologise if you're getting double audio. Yeah. Here we go. Stop talking, X, and do the thing! Oh wait, I went too soon. Here we go, here we go. Oh dang it, I couldn't pause it. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. So it looked to me like we actually used a little bit of the sandstone when we were landing, but we had more hitbox space on the side of the anvil here. So that means if I go ahead and do this one more well, actually, I don't know why I'm doing this one more time. I think it means it's possible. But we're gonna go ahead and ooh, very close. Yeah, I reckon that's totally doable based on the instant replay video footage that I just watched. So we need 3 more anvils, and then the timing has to be real precise because you can't just land on the edge below. We need that, and then that's kind of it. Right, that's the challenge. If you land here now with the camel, I'm pretty sure you'll have to. Let's try and do it at least. If we land there, we can see what happens. Okay, let's go all the way back. Oh, that did feel a little bit on the late side. The instant replay shows you didn't make it though, says Lucaro. No, as I said, we landed on the sandstone and clipped up the anvil, but there was plenty of space on this side that I could have jumped from further away. The difference between the edge of the anvil and the sandstone is very small, and there was a lot more space on this side, so I'm pretty confident. Right, let's try and press these keys correctly. That's curious, because it looked like we jumped up again. I'll do a replay thing again. Excuse me while I grab the replay. You might hear some double audio. Here we go. It kind of honestly looked like I jumped off the sandstone on the opposite side. Which makes me think of another modification we could perhaps make. Wait. If it climbs up like anvils, wait, can it climb up anvils? Okay, I'm gonna do an experiment when we come over here. And then over here, what we'll do is we'll make it like that. I'm gonna go for 3 rows of that. Wait a minute. That don't matter because you're the same height. What am I on about? You're the same height. You don't go down. I've been thinking like you clip down, so it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Right, now let's go grab the camel. At that point, I'm pretty much going to say we can probably do this over and over again, but there's our skill challenge, right? Why do you try and jump up like 2 lots of anvil? Not sure. One thing's for sure, I need to sleep in a bed. Right, do y'all think that's good? Have we settled it? Do we need to make any changes here? Is the challenge good? What do you think, chat? I'm gonna try for one more while y'all tell me what you think of this. Ah, oh, perfect, lovely. Yeah, I'm just wondering now if if it'll be a little easier than I might have thought. Hey, I wonder if I can like keep those llamas over here. I got a lead. What can I do? I guess we need to get rid of you, don't we? Wait, what are you trading? Anything good? Nah. Got your head though. Yeah, now you're angry at me. You'll forget. Will they forget before long? Stop spitting, it's disgusting. Come with thou. Oh god, those spitting sounds are just gross. You can stop that. Will they ever forget that I killed their wandering trader and forgive me? Oh, you spat your friend. I think the brown one's already forgiven me. Yeah. You spit a while. Oh god, they're still spitting at me. Right. You also need parking up, young man. Young hump. That's what I should call you. Where's my, like, fence post? Do I even have a fence post? I mean, I got a netherrack fence post over here. That'll do. Okay. That's our challenge, right? You're still at it! Give it a rest! Give it a rest! Look at them over there. God, they think they're so good, don't they? Oh yeah, I'll spit at you while I'm out of range. I'll tell you what, I'll walk over there, they'll back away. Trust. So what we want to do is turn these into little, like, sandstone structures like you see in the villages. Like little towers. Ah, the anvil is slightly wider at the bottom. Ah. That makes a lot of sense. So this second row of anvils doesn't mean very much. So that means if you miss it, you do actually, like, go up a block and... Okay, this is really important because when you miss your target and you start to fall, it could be very forgiving, right? Like, the distance of falling might mean that you could actually land on a block at the height here, like a couple of blocks back. So that lip on the anvil might be a really bad thing for landing anyway. Use string to hold up the anvils. That won't solve the problem. It's got a physical hitbox that you can interact with. So when that's not a great spot for it to be. When I walk up to it, we hit the bottom first and then have to jump onto the top. Which sort of maybe throws us back to the drawing board a little bit. Iron bars, says Cybot. Aren't they closer to like a half block? Good suggestion. We certainly didn't pick up on that one when looking through the blocks. We can't. Yeah, I guess now that we've discovered a flaw with the anvil, we have to go back to the drawing board. Do I even have a crafting bench out here? End rods. Nah, we need that like level with the block, otherwise we run into like a bunch of issues, I think. Oh, I see what you mean though. You can make end rods vertical, right? Let's actually investigate that briefly. Where's my lights chest? That's where I was looking for iron bars, apparently. It is slightly further out. Let's try that then. Or are we going to have the same problem with like landing on the block below? I guess the thing is like you need it to go all the way down to the bottom. So yeah, I think iron bars will end up looking better in that scenario. Why do I think there's something similar to iron bars? There's a different texture. Maybe chains. Chains could look pretty cool. Probably a little nicer to look at than the iron bars. Glass panes! Oh, there you go, of course. Glass panes. That is going to be, like, crazy to land on the edge of that. But yeah, okay. Because of glass panes, we'll try iron bars. Because if that works, then it'll be like, okay, let's do that with... Oh! Is the hitbox bigger? It's actually not. I think it is with the end rod, though. But, yeah, glass panes are good, so we'll try it with that way around. So we need to go... They're still at it. They just won't forgive, will they? What's that old saying? Forgive and forget? Sandstone walls would blend in well, says Blackjack. Yeah, but sandstone walls would elevate you half a block up. I mean, I guess then if there were sandstone walls here... Oh my god. Y'all are the worst! I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson. You spit at me, you get moved. Did they stop spitting now? Are they like, oh, we respect you? What did I tell you earlier? As soon as I go over there, they stop aggroing. Yeah, actually, the sandstone wall is sounding a little more appealing, the more I think about it. Oh, here we go again. Oh, I can't press the keys in the right order. Woo, that was tough. Okay. Yeah, I think sandstone walls, the more I think about it. Oh, I seem to have like a horrendous time pressing the right F button on my keyboard. Okay. So in order for this to work, we're going to need some carpet. Well, actually, no, I do need some carpet. There might be a floor here. There might be a floor. There might be a big old floor. Where are my carpets at? Or moss carpet? There might be a very big floor with this. Ah, there's a big floor. See, look, when you come off the edge of this thing, you drop down. So that is not good. Walls plus slabs. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay. Slabs on one side, walls on the other. That makes sense. Right, so now to implement that. Grab a few of these. No longer doing this. Sounded like a lightning strike. Then you go all the way to the other side, and you have to land over the top of the walls. The walls can like naturally extend all the way to the bottom as well, which is cool. Which I think we have enough to do that. Yep, there you go. And then you don't really need to modify what's after it because you've landed. So that's good. Right, Camel, we need you. Do not slab backwards. Why not? Anyway. Here we go, here we go. Oh, that was real close. Code for Coffee says, what's special about camels? I mean, do you want me to list some things about them, or would you genuinely not know? Ooh, that was close. Oh, yeah, okay, then there's that problem, right. Need to fix that up. Oh, I've already got the water on me. Of course I do. And you know what? It makes sense to just put these in here and have them waterlogged, since that can be done. You can also double ride them. Oh yeah! Another challenge we need to make is... I was thinking about this the other day actually. There needs to be like a game made with like a 2-player challenge with camels. The only thing I was thinking, you don't really want to like shoot shoot at each other in case you kill the camel, but maybe there's a way to make that a part of the game. Oh, I did it the wrong way again. Oh! I need to watch the replay. The replay is actually like super useful for feedback. Let's get it up on the other screen. Okay. You might hear some double audio. Okay, come on. Stop waffling, X, and do the jump. Oh, I'm talking about all sorts. Do you know what? It looked like I had a little more wiggle room behind me. Sleep in the bed real quick. So X, your new profession is camel jockey. Apparently, yeah. I'm a camel jockey today. Oh, perfect timing. Hello. Come and set me on fire, buddy. Ah, what are camels useful for? Nothing. Nothing. They're no good for riding through deserts full of husks and zombies. No. See you later, mate. Right, let's try it again. Ah. Camel's OP. Camel jockey is a racist slur, innit? I mean, I did not think of it in that way when I said it at all. And, you know, when you're not sure, intent. I had no intent of upsetting anyone by saying that, right? A jockey races a horse. A camel jockey races a camel. Right, let's see, let's see. Perfectly aligned. Wait. Oh, I left it way too long to press E. Scott Moon says, clearly no intent, but it's a slur. Worth knowing that. Duly noted. Yeah, I just never heard it before, I guess. Right. Oh, I left it too late again. Akil says, everything is racist for offended people. Let's not go that route. Let's just respect the fact that, yeah, it could probably be used in a mean sort of context, right? Like, if someone's shouting it at a football game, because football games over here. Do you know what? The racism has really cleaned up a lot, but when I was a kid, there was a lot of it. You know, they used to. I won't go into details, but there used to be some awful chants. So like, it's all about like add a little context to like the situation. Oh, I'm wondering if this can be done now. And I was about to say I could put trapdoors on the edge to give you a little more room, but it's like, no, we got the slab above it now. Would it be easier to place a marker on the floor to help you jump, says White Wing Cat? I'm not really sure that it would. I'm sort of going by feel a lot of the time here. Right, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll use the replay again. That's very helpful, that replay stuff. There's definitely room for me to jump off the edge a little bit more. I'm just not sure if it's enough. Okay, so I've got to try and figure out roughly where... I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to add a marker. Because it's like... What is the marker in relation to? It's in relation to when you press the button. But then you've got to think like... Oh, is it when the front of the camel's there or the back of the camel's there? Oh, we could also just leave it as like an open challenge. The setup is great as long as it's 11.5 block jump rather than 12.5, which is their more possible than their max. Interesting. Let's count the gap quickly. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12.5. Maybe a trick to like make it really challenging would have been to have it so that like you jump from a lower to a higher position, but there's so many like combinations, and trying to edge out like the hardest one is really tricky. But if someone does it once, it's like a proof of concept. So if I can do it, that felt ridiculously close. But if someone does it once, it's like... Okay, I'm watching it back. If I can do it... You know what? That was so close. It makes me wonder if you can actually do it. Send for Cubfan to check if it's feasible. If anyone would figure it out, it would be Cubfan, wouldn't it? Oh, I did the wrong buttons again. Is there a block that's slightly higher than a slab? Like ever so slightly higher? Cake? Is cake slightly higher? Snow? Snow layers probably are. They're a little tricky to work with. Cake can be lots of heights. I'm pretty sure cake has one height, not loads. Campfire. Interesting. Am I out of slabs? I think it's lower. Oh yeah. Got to silk touch it. Beds! Let's see. Slightly higher. Right. Okay, I'll try using my bed then. That can, I mean, that can almost be aesthetically like complementary. 3 of those in a row, with yellow instead of grey. Oh, I need a camel. Trying to jump without a camel. Let's see. Let's see. I honestly did not expect to spend this long on this bit, but that's the problem with ideas, is that they don't always go to plan, and then you end up like on a different route. Ooh, I'll do the replay again. I've got it set up now, so it's pretty quick to like jump in and watch it back. Here we go. I'm doing the jump. Actually waffling a little bit. There was quite a bit of space actually, that one. Quite a bit of space. What's the height of a dragon egg? Yeah, let's try. Ah. I'm starting to think that I might need to create like a little setup with the auto clicker in a separate world, where if we do the camel no AI thing again and we define where it starts, then we can perfectly program and execute the jump to prove if it's possible or not. Oh, that's way too late. Here we go. I don't know now. Now I'm sort of thinking, do we keep at this? Right? Or do we go back to the anvil method? Because we know that the anvil one works. I think that would be easier to program, but less fun to try. Yeah, another way of looking at it is that we've had a few attempts now, and like, how long is someone going to try this thing for, right? Maybe we should start to build up the structure around here a little bit, because we've got something that we can adapt and make work. Yeah, I think we'll shift gears and work on the structure a little bit. We need a bit of a tidy up as well, so need a moment here to put things back. We've been using so many different blocks, trying so many different things. Okay, the bucket of water. Put that away. Did I put the moss back? Yeah, apparently I did. X is so organised, he must be German too, says Doc. I'm very organised. Look, I've even got disorganised spaces. I'm that organised. Because you're always going to have some disorganisation. Right, the toolbox isn't out, is it? That's why. Leads don't go in there anymore? Where do they go? I moved them around again. Every time you jumble something, you end up forgetting where you put it. Could have swore it was in there. That one? Okay, and then where's my... That's a junk chest. I didn't actually bring the means to have another junk chest with me. Not very smart, that. Right, sandstone bits go into here. Sand in there. Sometimes you just gotta throw some stuff away. Oh, that is so much better. Where's my bed? That's the key question. They're the wrong way around. Let's go and sleep up the top. I need that lead back. I need to leash my camel. Dang it, there was a reason I had that on me. Is there a common guide to follow for efficiently sorting items? Every time I start making a storage system, I never know how to group stuff. I made a video like quite some time ago on how to do some of that stuff, but I could probably do doing one again. It's one of those things that if it's intuitive to you, it doesn't feel like it feels obvious that you have to come up with some sort of system. But then if I think about all the work that I've put into figuring this system out, like it was no quick thing. You have to go into a creative world, you have to create a bunch of categories and figure out how you're going to put your items together, and maybe just showing someone that is far better, right? Oh yeah, we don't need this here anymore. DocM says, hint, storage tech Discord. That sounds interesting. But is it like high tech? Because one of the things I've noticed is that there's many different like tiers of maybe difficulty, you could say. Like you can do stories without any redstone. Like there's an interaction between what's in your world and how you player think about it and organize your time, essentially. That's why some of these systems that I've seen lately that automate storage to some extent, it feels to me like, you know, you can maybe like pull back some of the automation and push in some of the players' decision making. Like with my system here, the redstone sorter that it hooks up to is actually pretty like old school. Like there's more advanced ones today, but this works so much better for me. Tactical. Oh, tactical death in lava. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I need to go look at those structures from like villages, but what I was kind of imagining was a couple of those towers. I guess there'd be like 5 along. And then up the top, you'd be having these little things. But these camels need to... What happened there? Oh, I see. These camels need to like move up and down these structures. So I could maybe make it so if you land, you just like fall down a hole, so to speak. There might be enough gap for you to literally like come down, land in a pool of water, and just... I kind of like that idea, because a camel can fit into that space. Because I don't want 2 big long structures with like ramps. In fact, on the other side, I was kind of picturing having this like curved slope, like come up and around. I think I'll still do that. But you could also maybe make like a soul sand elevator. But over here, it has occurred to me, I think the camel will fit into this space. We'll do a test. That's kind of all I need to test it, really. Just get it in there. You picked a good time to sit. Bro, at a bubble columns camel rotator, so when you fail, you get auto moved to the start again. Well, you fall into this gap, and then maybe something can happen. I mean, the whole idea was to build a little couple of towers that like go over a path. So I thought it'd just be like an interesting way to integrate it into the area as it uses the existing environment. I wasn't really thinking like full automation, but if you fall down on the front here, this water could be lower down, and it could flow you in that direction at least. I think I want to keep it on the light side. This one, just because it's a simple little thing. But there's always ways to automate and stuff, right? So everything I'm doing right now will obviously like put a lot more detail into this at a later point in time. But I thought it'd be good to have the shapes in this area so it's like obvious what I'm up to. And then you can see kind of the vision. I did sort of picture there being like more than one tower on this side though. But yeah, like a tower over here, make it look a bit more interesting, put some decorative blocks on, probably put some garden-y type stuff. Then over on this side, make it look a bit more like a fort, I think. So it's going to extend further back this way. Dude, the camel has literally gone back to the right spot. Perfecto. Yeah, we're going to need more sand around here, that's for sure. Do a ramp design to make it look like a desert temple. I could go for that, like, yeah, I get what you're getting at, like, but it will end up being like a quarter, because it leads up to a single point. I'll think about the design more. All ideas are welcome, it's just, I get what you're getting at, but also, like, there's already a pyramid in the area, so, like, maybe not. Once we start chucking like pots and a bit of spruce onto this thing, it's gonna really like make it pop. It's such an easy, sort of versatile little palette to work with the old sandstone with some complementing textures, terracotta. You know, we can pretty much take inspiration from the vanilla villages on that one. And yeah, some research is required, of course, to suss this all out. So from there, in this space, we'll have like a rotating staircase, and maybe we make this real big, like it's going to be a big old fort, and then we've got a bit more of like a courtyard vibe. So in the space around here, it's like a courtyard. Then the entrance to the whole thing is like through here. You need a spot for the camels. Maybe I'll put the camel like resting area on the other side. So over here, we can mess with the terrain a little bit and have a spot where like the camels are hooked up to leads. Just a little area for them. And then you sort of exit that and go straight across over here. Up the ramp round the corner, put some instructions in here. Maybe bring in a few villagers and other things. And then that's kind of it, really. That's the whole idea. It's just, is this actually possible? Oh, and if anyone wants to give it a go themselves, feel free to. The gap is 12.5. I think what I might do, like I said, is try and make that macro. But I'm also thinking, for the amount of attempts that I've had at this, is it fun to keep doing that, knowing it's possible, right? Lots to think about. And if I can't make up my mind, we'll probably go back to using the anvil method, I think. We'll see. I think full blocks was the best, Spooky Dokie. It was, but it was easy, right? It was really easy when those were full blocks and these ones were too. So we just want to crank out like a little more something. Obviously the anvils on that side works, but then when they're on this side, you can sort of fail and succeed. It's probably going to be a case of putting the anvils there, but hey, we've got time to think about it now. Time to think about it. I wonder if Rendog is streaming. Peeps, it's going to be the end of my stream for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go for a run now and then have a salad and get on with the rest of my day. I need to find someone for y'all to go and watch, though. And if you haven't heard my music yet, my new album, head over to linktree.xisuma.co and just click on the album art and you can go listen to it today. It'd be awesome if you checked it out. Well, Twitch is recommending a channel, so we'll go raid a random Minecrafter. And yeah, I hope you enjoy what you find. That's going to be it from me. Big thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. Thanks to the mods, the patrons, and all the people gifting subs. And I will see you again possibly Monday or Tuesday. Not sure how I'm going to run it next week. I might do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday again, but we'll see. Anyway, take care, everyone.